After a global pandemic shut down movie theaters for more than a year, the Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff is embracing the inaugural nationwide Cinema Week. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, it's the inaugural Cinema Week, and for Bill Estes and the staff at the Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff, that means getting people back through the doors. KNEB intern Mackenzie Anderson caught up with Estes this week, who explained his excitement for Cinema Week and the local festivities.
Want some popcorn? The Midwest Theater is participating in National Cinema Week. Executive Director of Friends of the Midwest Theater, Billy Estes, says they are extremely excited to be part of this event, and honestly, it's about time.
And if you think about it, every kind of thing has its own week. You have March Madness, you have NFL Week, you have, all these different weeks dedicated to all these different topics. Like even sharks have their own week. So it was time for National Cinema Week. And when we got a word of that here a few weeks ago, we decided to jump right on board with that, especially now that we have both the theater here downtown and the Midwest Skyview Drive-In. And we just really want to encourage our community to go out and support all of the locally owned and nonprofit community theaters that are here in the Panhandle.
Estes also says they are ready to go and eager to see the community.
Come out to see a movie. Movies are, I think, this really uniquely American art form, and they're meant to be seen on the big screen, not on your mobile phone, not on your TV. Come out to the theater and bring your family and see one of many great movies that we have to offer this week.
National Cinema Week is from June 22nd through the 27th. Check out MidwestTheater.com for tickets and details. With KNEB.TV News, I'm Mackenzie Anderson.
Queen Bees will be shown at the Downtown Theater on Saturday and Sunday, and the latest installment of the Fast and the Furious series, F9, will be showing at the Midwest Skyview Drive-In on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at dusk. Well, the city of Gering is once again on the hunt for a new finance director. Following the abrupt resignation of Renee Jimenez in early January, the city delayed taking someone to fill the position. Instead, they got the assistance from City of Scottsbluff Finance Director Liz Lutzenheiser. Gering Mayor Tony Kaufman says now was the right time to begin the search.
We're super thankful Scottsbluff was willing to work with us and lend us an interim director as we got through really this budget year. So we're really in the process of finishing up audit and finishing up our budget process for this fiscal year. So we thought the good timing would be good to go ahead and look for a new finance director at this time.
Kaufman says a letter from the state auditor that included comments about the delayed annual audit did not have any bearing on the decision. And in fact, the city had advised the auditor's office in January that the city was in a transition period that was impacting the process. He said the advertisements seeking candidates will run until mid-July, with hopes to have the post filled by the start of next fiscal year, and the search committee will be very selective in finding the next person to recommend for the position. And Nebraska will have a new athletic director heading into next fiscal year, as athletic director Bill Moose and his time at UNL are over. Today, Moose announced that he is retiring at the end of the month. He has led the Nebraska Athletic Department since October of 2017, and during that tenure has hired 12 Husker head coaches, including high-profile hires in football, men's basketball, and baseball. The surprise announcement comes just 1 week after making a stop in Gering as part of the Big Red Blitz Tour at the Gering Civic Center. Well, coming up after the break, lots of rain across the region last night. What's in store for the weekend? The Boyers in with your weekend weather forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
If you're like me, you're willing to travel for a good steak and a great dining experience. Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in downtown Bayard has just that. Some of the Panhandle's tastiest flat iron steaks, ribeyes, and even prime rib. Pair that with a Western dining experience in our quiet dining room or fun-filled main dining area, you and your family are sure to have a great night out on the town. So if you're looking for a great new restaurant to try, you just gotta head on over to Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in Bayard, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, as we look across the area here as we go through the evening hours, going to see a lot of clouds. We'll see some clearing, though, towards sunrise tomorrow. And I'll tell you what, we have got a fantastic Friday or Saturday coming for you tomorrow. Beautiful weather conditions out there. Going to get stormy again by Sunday and into early Monday. Going to remain cooler, and temps moderate a bit next week, but really not getting back to really hot conditions. 90 yesterday for a high after a morning low of 61. And finally, some moisture to talk about. 0.24 of an inch here at Scottsbluff at the airport. That was through midnight. We've had some more since then. But as you look across the area, we've got temps in the 70s right now, 50s and 60s in some areas as well. Boy, a lot of rain on the eastern part of the state. Some parts of eastern Nebraska last night. Over a half a foot of rain just last night alone. We're in the 60s and 70s here across our region. 59 in Lusk, the coolest. 73 in Ogallala. And as you look here at the winds, they're 5 to 15, occasionally up to 20 miles an hour out of the north. So kind of a chilly evening out here as well. Now, as we look at the severe weather threat for tonight, it's going to be confined to our state. And in fact, portions of the area, this area here in central Nebraska, under a severe thunderstorm watch right now. That all shifts away from us tomorrow, and it remains quiet on into Sunday as well. The severe weather threat anyway. Storms are going to return to the forecast for Sunday, but they should not be severe. That wraparound moisture, you can see an isolated shower around. That's it. Clearing skies as we get late tonight into tomorrow, and the rain shifts further to the east. Lows overnight going to be in the 50s, a very comfortable night. Open those windows up out there. For tomorrow, we're going to have a gorgeous day. Lots of sun around, a few partly cloudy skies, only isolated hit or miss late day showers and storms. Not going to see a lot of them, but can't rule out a few moving across the area. And then we will clear out again late Saturday and early Sunday, only to reset the stage Sunday for some more shower and storm chances. Looks like tomorrow's highs, look at those, mostly in the mid and upper 70s. A beautiful day, certainly well below normal. All the precip going to be very light, scattered, hit or miss variety, with the exception around the Valentine area. Some of those areas there in the eastern portions of Cherry County could pick up over an inch of moisture overnight into tomorrow. Clouds early, clearing late tonight, lows down around 54. For tomorrow, we'll call it a partly cloudy, fantastic day tomorrow. Highs in the upper 70s, about 79. Below normal, though, for temps. Really all the way through Tuesday of next week, we have temps in the mid-70s. Both Sunday and Monday with some rain chances. Tuesday in the low 80s. Then Wednesday on next week, a couple of differing forecast solutions. Right now, we're going to call it mid and upper 80s. Take the middle road. Some are forecasting a little higher, some a little lower. But it looks like a pretty nice stretch of weather coming here for the high plains.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
You might not know that Renewal by Anderson is a local family business. The owner here is Andy Stelflew. He's a fourth-generation rancher who learned about customer service and the land of opportunity early on.
Over and over again I heard, it's about the customer. It's signature service, treating the customer the right way. What a blessing it is to live in America. What a blessing it is to live in a country of the free, that if you want to do something grow, you can.
Renewal by Anderson, great windows and great local people who never forget it's about the customer.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Welcome back. New data released Wednesday shows that Nebraska's unemployment rate remained one of the lowest in the country, as it fell even lower in May. The state's 2.6% unemployment rate tied with Vermont for second lowest rate in the nation. But that low rate means some businesses are struggling to find quality employees. Here in Scottsbluff, Sherry's Restaurant announced recently that they will be closing daily at 4 p.m. until they have enough skilled staff to, quote, appropriately run the business. Other local restaurants have also been aggressively offering starting wages well above the state minimum wage as they try to get fully staffed. Nebraska's current unemployment rate is less than half of May's 5.4% unemployment rate, when restrictions related to the coronavirus pandemic prompted widespread layoffs and businesses closing. Well, a 27-year-old Kimball man has been sentenced to prison after pleading guilty to a single charge of first-degree forcible sexual assault. Ryan Glenn was sentenced to 6 to 10 years in prison on the Class 2 felony yesterday in Scottsbluff County District Court. Glenn was arrested in November following an investigation by Gering police after a woman brought her child to the Regional West emergency room after the child suffered bruising while in Glenn's care. During subsequent interviews, she said that Glenn had also sexually assaulted her the previous month. Earlier this year, Glenn pleaded guilty to the sexual assault charge, and the child abuse charge was dismissed. As terms of sentencing, Glenn will also have to register as a sex offender. And there was a heavy police presence yesterday morning at a Scottsbluff motel. Around 10:30 a.m., officers were dispatched to America's Best Value Inn in connection to a stolen vehicle investigation. On Wednesday, officers located a stolen vehicle at the Capri Motel, and on Thursday, 2 individuals were arrested in connection to that theft. 47-year-old Logan West and 38-year-old Amelia Gilliard were taken into custody and transported to the Scottsbluff County Detention Center without incident. They were scheduled to make their first appearance on the charges today in Scottsbluff County Court. Well, still to come, your Friday in the Field, weekend community calendar, and your Friday 5. We'll have that right after the break.
The 100th Annual Oregon Trail Days rolls into Gering July 8th through the 11th. Barbecues, street dance, food fair, a car show, 2 parades, Old Settlers Luncheon, bicycle hill climb, mud volleyball, a pancake feed, chili and barbecue cook-offs, an art show, a craft show, and a quilt show, a carnival, beer and wine tasting, and Sawyer Brown with Ned Ledoux at Five Rocks. It's summer's best weekend. The 100th Annual Oregon Trail Days, July 8th through the 11th.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
Welcome back to Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the great big small bank. Excited to have you back with me in central Nebraska as we come back to Max Creek Winery here near Lexington, Nebraska. And we're talking once again with Max McFarland. And Max, it was interesting, during our last segment, we were just coming into the budding phase. Things were starting to green up. It was cool and it was wet. Now fast forward several weeks and it's a completely different story. It is hot and it is dry right now in early June. So kind of walk us through, what does this mean right now for the grape crop and your management of the grapes?
Well, I fear that I've missed something, because here it's August and I completely missed June and July, and I don't know what happened there. But as we were talking earlier, you know, we grumble a little bit about it's cold, it's wet, we need some heat, and boy, be careful what you wish for, because we got it. Actually, the grapes like it a whole lot better than I do. They kind of thrive in this. The older established grapes, their root system is so far down, particularly here in the Platte Valley where we are, so close to the water table, they're pretty much sub-irrigating themselves anyway. We don't really have to worry too much about them. So it's not like a corn crop that the leaves start rolling up, you know, when it gets hot and dry and you got to hurry up and get the pipe out or the pivot going. We just planted some quite a few replacement vines, which we do every year. And those little guys, they take quite a bit of water for the first 3 or 4 years. So we are scrambling to get the water today, just as you were walking in. We're trying to get the water to them.
So when it comes to the quality or the vintage of wine that will be made this year, does heat stress, does that do anything to the vintage for the better or for the worse?
Well, you know, you hear a lot about that. In Europe, France, different places that they purposely put those grapes under a great deal of stress, because that, you know, the flavors are more intense, et cetera, et cetera. Doesn't necessarily work that way with the kind of regional cold climate grapes that we have here. We don't particularly like to stress grapes any more than we have to. They have to get through an awfully nasty winter that's coming up, and so we want them happy and healthy and all of that.
Let's talk now about the agritourism portion that really helps to make the business of Max Creek Winery. When you guys were getting started, what was one of the learning curves, or maybe even the biggest learning curve, that you had to overcome moving into the agritourism space?
Now, let me preface it by saying the learning curve was really steep on just every aspect of this. This wasn't something we had much background in, but I felt like we did our homework, and I think we really did a good job knowing what we're getting into, knowing what to anticipate on the viticulture, the grape growing side, the winery side and winemaking side always is, you know, challenging for me. Fortunately, we have my son, the winemaker, who he knows what he's doing. So, but I feel like we've really been able to anticipate what's happening there. The one area that really took me by surprise, and I think maybe all of us by surprise, was the whole events and tourism and that piece of it. Just how huge a piece that has become. You know, I guess we're novelty here in central Nebraska. We get that all the time. You know, you grow grapes where? And people come from miles and miles, and we've really become, you know, a bit of a destination. It's been incredibly rewarding. And to be a fairly significant tourist draw to Dawson County is very satisfying.
Great. Now let's talk about the technical aspects of the wine industry. If you could explain to us, because it's used as our backdrop for today's episode, what is this piece of machinery sitting behind us?
Well, this is a piece of machinery that when we bought it, I thought that was probably one of the least wise things I have ever done. And as it turns out, it probably is one of the best investments we ever could have made in this industry. This is a fully automatic bottling line. And so when we were first getting started, of course, we didn't make a whole lot of wine. I think the first year we opened is like 1,200 gallons. And I think about 3 or 4 years in is when we purchased this piece of equipment. And so it's one of those things, kind of like put it in agricultural terms, kind of like a combine. You use it intensely for a few days and then you put it away for the rest of the year. Now it's one of those that we're using constantly, and so it was a good move. But it's a fully automatic bottling line, which means we put the empty bottles on this end. The conveyor brings it in. It'll rinse the bottles. It'll pull a vacuum and pull all the air out of the bottle and fill it with nitrogen. It'll come on down. It'll go around the wheel and fill the bottle with wine. It'll then level the bottle at precisely 750 milliliters. That's a government legal issue. And it'll pull another vacuum, so what's left in terms of the nitrogen, most of that gets pulled out and it puts a cork in it. And now we're safe. It's sealed tight. And then it'll spin the label on it and kick it out the other end, and we can do 100 cases an hour. It's a very, very handy piece of equipment.
That is Max McFarland joining us once again here with Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. Again, check out our full episode audios and previous week's episode of Fridays in the Field when you check out RuralRadioNetwork.com.
New looks and new decor can be found at Compliments for You and Your Home. Check out the newest styles from Tribal, Charlie B, Ethel, and more. Compliments also has the shoes, purses, and jewelry for any occasion. Plus, right now, get 20% off all clearance apparel. While here, take a look at our solar lights and felt birdhouses. Finally, visit our newest addition, Katie Chandler and her salon. All this at Compliments for You and Your Home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scotts Bluff.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, before we break for the weekend, Bryce and Alex in with your Friday Five.
When's the last time you used your passport?
I don't even have one.
You don't have a passport?
No.
Today we're going to get our passports out, the beef passport, and check out what all the hype is about with the Nebraska Beef Passport, of course presented by the Nebraska Beef Council. They're encouraging, this is Alex's. Why does it say
Sorry.
Alex in there?
This is yours.
Okay, I'd like mine, please. They announced this when the governor proclaimed it Beef Month here in Nebraska. They launched this summer promotion, encouraging you to get out across the state and eat some beef. So we came up to Omaha to try a few of these places out.
We're going to start out with Angus Burgers and Shakes in Omaha. Okay, so we are at Angus Burgers and Shakes. I am going to try this street corn burger. It comes with street corn, chipotle mayo, pepper jack cheese, tomato, pickled onions with a house roll. I'm so excited. It is going to be so good.
Meanwhile, I went with the server-suggested Nebraska Farmer Burger. Really can't go wrong with that. They've got it in a red box. Does it get any better than that, folks?
Okay, so I have got my street corn burger here from Angus Burgers and Shakes. It looks incredible. I am so hungry. I'm like drooling over this. So it looks like we've got some corn and a sauce. Oh my gosh. I've got to dig into it. I don't even know what that sauce is, but it is so good. The burger is juicy. It's warm. Onions at the bottom. Oh my gosh. After consuming this burger in all of its glory, it's like kind of got like a Mexican hint to it, kind of like a little bit of Mexican food almost with the street corn. So good. It's such a good twist on a burger that I think I might carry on into my own kitchen. So would highly recommend.
So this is the Nebraska Farmer. Got lots going on here. Let's just unpack what's going on. Okay, we got the bun. We got an egg. Oh, look at that egg. I don't want to break it. Onion rings. We got cheese, we got hash browns, bacon, tomato, a burger under there, 100% Nebraska beef. And what is down there? Is that another egg? Is that a second egg? Are you kidding me right now? We got 2 eggs on this bad boy. Oh yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna get into this. My goodness. Okay. That is breakfast in a burger. I don't even know what to think right now. That is phenomenal. The beef is so flavorful. I gotta go in for another bite. I think I'm in heaven. I think I've arrived. This is it. Wow. Okay, so this place you can find in Omaha and Kearney. You can get your stamps at either location. Alex and I definitely suggest it. So we looked at the map, and the next logical place for us to stop, Ashland, Nebraska.
We are at Round the Bend Steakhouse, ready to see what they've got for beef on the menu.
Okay, Round the Bend Steakhouse, we have the combination of Rocky Mountain oysters and a burger. You don't think of those two things going together, but overall, really good. There's bull fries, also known as testicles. We got a little beef, some cheese, barbecue. It all just surprisingly comes together. I really didn't think it was going to, but it's just a seamless bite experience.
Okay, so I got the Firehouse Burger. It's got like jalapenos and some spicy sauce. I don't know what it is, but I've had a couple bites. It doesn't really have a super big kick, but it's just enough kick to give you that little like woo, and it's good. It is so good.
About what?
Woo!
I'm not familiar with that.
It makes your mouth go woo, but it's not like super hot that it makes you sweat.
Okay.
It looks like a lot of jalapenos, but it is the perfect amount.
That'll do it. What a day.
Yeah.
What an experience. Thank you, Nebraska Beef Council, for organizing this.
The Nebraska Beef Passport, you can get theirs online on their website, anybeef.org, and they hope to see you at 41 restaurants across the state of Nebraska.
Get traveling.
Thanks, guys. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you back here on Monday.